Hello, and welcome to our presentation on the English Language Learning App Design. We are ELL Consultancy, and our members are Susie Gong, Tina Manchis, Jennifer Scolari, and Isaac Tabor. Today, we'll take a look at an instructional challenge common in language learning apps, our framing analysis, focus statement, brainstorming process, and our proposed solution that includes goals, competencies, objectives, and our rationale. It has been our pleasure to have been asked to consult on the design of an English learning language app for the Knowledge and Human Development Authority of Dubai. We began this project by conducting a framing analysis to learn more about disengagement within English language learning products, to explore similar products, and then develop a proposal and project management plan to resolve this issue. We want to take this opportunity to give you an overview into our findings, what work we have completed to date, and a proposal for an innovative solution. Various shortcomings have been identified within the most popular learning language apps, or LLAs. These shortcomings include a lack of engagement in the context of language acquisition, meeting learning outcomes, and the lack of functionality of the user interface. Perhaps the most significant shortcoming, and the most challenging to overcome, is that LLAs are still dependent on behaviorist learning styles, focusing mostly on isolated vocabulary building rather than communication competency. Some LLAs have attempted to tackle this challenge by including functionality allowing for peer review and creating a community of language learners. They have not been wholly successful. We believe that our learning product, however, firmly addresses and answers this instructional problem. We've conducted extensive research to understand why engagement in asynchronous language learning products remains a significant challenge. We've also explored key products, identifying their pros and cons. As a result, we've arrived at the following focus statement, which encompasses our philosophy towards solving this instructional problem. ELL Consultancy proposes the development of a two-tiered language app offering virtual reality solutions to facilitate engagement of adult English language learner disengagement within asynchronous educational environments. To achieve enhanced user participation within the language learning program, the app will promote three types of engagement: behavioral, cognitive, and emotional. To accomplish this, the app will offer learning content that not only builds robust language communication competency skills, but also measurably bolsters user confidence. The team used Miro, a visual collaboration tool, for most of the brainstorming process. We started out with a blank project board and created outlines for various categories that we needed to develop. Then, we posted ideas in different colors so we could see who wrote what, and we commented on each other's posts and moved them around to develop our overall plan. We also shared resources, charts, infographics, and other items on the board. Additionally, we used Zoom for virtual conferencing, in which we worked out key issues and laid out next steps. After several rounds of brainstorming, discussion, and organizing our thoughts, we developed our proposed solution to the instructional challenge. The advantages to our system were that we could collaborate asynchronously and engage with each other's work in real time. The disadvantage was that all members couldn't attend all Zoom meetings. However, a meeting summary was sent out to all members afterwards. If we went through this process again, we would clearly define key terms such as goal, competency, and terminal objective at the start of the project, so there wouldn't be confusion later on. These have now been defined, however, and we are excited to share them with you as part of our solution. ELL Consultancy proposes the development of a two-tiered language app offering virtual reality solutions for the problem of adult English language learner disengagement within asynchronous educational environments. Tier 1 will build vocabulary, teach pronunciation, and promote the exchange of information using simple sentence structures. Students will achieve a basic level of language competency through wordplay games, real-time pronunciation analysis, exposure to language-level appropriate video clips, and simple modeled conversation snippets. Tier 2 will aim to develop learners who can interact with a degree of fluency. It will be focused on English language communication competency with a holistic approach to communication excellence, incorporating verbal, physical, and emotional competencies. Students will achieve an independent level of language competency through virtual reality assisted immersion in a variety of everyday scenarios in which students can practice modeled conversations with a virtual instructor or have guided conversations with peers. To create the learning environment and support the novel strategies for engagement proposed, the learning product will have a terminal objective. Each of the 2 tiers will have an instructional goal, a clear objective, and key competencies that are observable and measurable. The core competencies established by the Common European Framework of Reference for Languages, or CEFR, will be used as a scaffold to develop the curriculum for each. The terminal objective of our learning product is for learners to be able to exercise the ability to converse with others with a degree of fluency to simulate and confidently explore real-world conversational scenarios within varied interactive environments. Our Tier 1 goal is for students to learn to communicate with others at the basic user level on the CEFR scale. Our Tier 1 objective: students who participate will independently be able to communicate within learning scenarios to demonstrate ability to recall new language and discuss simple topics with basic user conversational competency as measured by the CEFR scale. Our Tier 2 goal is for students to learn to engage with others to communicate at the independent user level on the CEFR scale. Our Tier 2 objective: students who participate will independently be able to communicate with a degree of fluency within virtual reality learning scenarios to demonstrate ability to use the English language and explore encounters and experiences with others with intermediate user conversational competency as measured by the CEFR scale. The performance assessment for Tier 1 will be a conversation that the learner has with the virtual instructor. The conversation will be on a familiar topic and will include basic phrases, expressions, and vocabulary learned in Tier 1 modules. The learner will get feedback from the virtual instructor on their comprehensibility and ability to meet Tier 1 competencies. The learner will also self-assess by responding to can-do statements with emojis to express their feelings and confidence. The performance assessment for Tier 2 will be a collaborative quest the learner completes with another language learner in the VR community. The quest will involve a number of tasks that assess Tier 2 competencies. The learner will get feedback from the virtual instructor on their fluency and ability to meet Tier 2 competencies. Additionally, the student will receive feedback from their peer and complete a self-assessment with reflective questions aimed at improving future performances. Throughout Tiers 1 and 2, students will have many formative assessment opportunities. For example, a speech recognition engine will be used to provide immediate feedback on pronunciation. And the virtual instructor will provide tips or prompt students to visit resources as needed. ELL Consultancy was originally commissioned to solve the instructional problem of how to ensure engagement amongst learners within an asynchronous English language learning environment. To address this problem, we have divided motivators for engagement into 3 domains: behavioral, cognitive, and emotional. The behavioral domain addresses how learners interact with the learning experience. This domain contributes to engagement by exposing learners to a unique, virtual reality-assisted, immersive, scenario-based learning experience. The cognitive domain addresses how learners develop communicative competencies. This domain contributes to engagement by developing specific language competency amongst learners that minimizes language barriers and allows for enhanced peer conversation and interaction through verbal fluency and independence. The emotional domain addresses confidence building amongst learners. It contributes to engagement by giving learners a safe and friendly environment in which to practice their conversational skills through conversation modeling led by a virtual instructor, and allows learners to build confidence through guided peer interaction within the virtual environment. Although there are many factors that contribute to the level of engagement amongst learners, ensuring each of the 3 domains is continuously addressed within the learning experience will allow learners to engage with the app in the domain they feel is most relevant to their needs. We look forward to working with you on this exciting and innovative learning product. We are confident that together we can make a significant impact on the overall success of mobile-assisted English language instruction and highlight the Knowledge and Human Development Authority of Dubai as a pioneer in virtual reality-assisted language learning experience facilitation. Thank you.